And I would love to hear your answer to this question, Dr. Reddish. So, Latoya Thompson said, this is definitely a conversation about stretching. I am also an analytical thinker. There's comfort in preparing that list of pros and cons. So, how do you avoid the stagnation of overthinking so you are not limiting yourself, your potential, or your purpose? So,
Mhm.
what do you do to get past the overthinking?
So I'm glad you asked that question because I think it takes me back to the title of our segment today, right? Perspective, seeing is believing. You've got to see this thing, okay? You really have to step back and see this is what is happening. Because before you could actually move forward from it, you have to know that you're stuck. And a lot of times we're there and we're spinning our wheels. And so we don't realize it. We're just thinking we're just there. But once you recognize that you are stuck, now you can take some actions toward getting out of that stagnant place. And so I would say, honestly, the first thing and always and the last thing too is prayer. Because asking God to really give you clarity and direction is crucial. I would not be here today. I would not have been able to launch this thing. These things, he deposited things in my spirit overnight. And I would try to jot things down, and then sometimes I didn't feel like getting up. So I told myself I would remember in the morning, and then I couldn't remember in the morning. So now I gotta write stuff down. So you gotta keep a notebook by your by your bed and everything, because that's what the Holy Spirit will do. Actually, like give it to you. So prayer is so important. Just ask Him. He actually will give you clarity and direction if it's in His will that you go that way. So that's the one thing. The other thing is really trying to figure out what resources or what other people out there have done something along the lines. If you're like me and you are doing something that's really outside of your comfort zone, I mean, Veirdre can remember. Now, I called her like, okay, I'm just processing, just wanting to download all the things on my mind. You share with other people that you know who are going in the direction you want to go. You touch base with those people. So you seek resources. And that's one of the main reasons why we actually started Empowered, because there weren't resources like that. I didn't, in the where Cameron was headed, I didn't have a bunch of girlfriends I could call and say, girl, what'd you do about this? Or how'd you handle that? So what did I do? I became that girl that other people can call and say, how do you do this? And what happened with this? And girl, were you stressed? Absolutely. You were stressed, those kinds of things. So I became what wasn't there. Just like, I solved a problem that I had. So you look for other resources that have an inkling. And a lot of times they might not have your exact thing that you're doing, but there'll be something about what they're doing that you can apply to what you're trying to do. And then once the Lord opens up one little window, next it all starts coming out. You're like, oh, can't even get it down fast enough. So I would say you pray, you seek resources, you talk to other people who are going in the direction you're going. And look, when you're finished all that, pray some more, because you're going to need it.
Yes, indeed, because the journey isn't simple. And
Mm-mm.
everything you just shared absolutely resonated with my spirit. And as you were talking, when you said, see the problem and become the solution. And don't be afraid to recognize that. So what is the problem here? And how am I the one that can fit or step into that space and be that for someone else? Latoya, I also think just adding on and connecting with everything Dr. Reddish just shared. Also, think about what is the one next thing you need to do. Instead of thinking about all of the
Mm.
things, because they are going to come out of you like a fire hydrant. Absolutely. But what is the one next thing? and just pick that one and move forward. If it's not meant to be, accept the door that is closed, and then guess what? Pivot. There will be another opportunity.